I'm on Yonge Street here in Aurora, where a petting zoo that was set up for the town's festival has become the target for allegations of animal mistreatment after visitors say the exotic animals they saw were without adequate shade and water.
My little sister was crying because she was so upset at the wall. She thought the kangaroo was dying because the whole time we were there, the kangaroo didn't move at all. It hunched in the corner, balled up in the corner of the cage, panting, drooling, foaming out of the mouth.
Pictures of a passed out kangaroo and animals huddling in the corners of their cages for shade are creating a wave of outrage online. The company that ran the zoo, Tiger Paw Exotics, came under fire earlier this year for keeping a camel in a tight pen surrounded by its own feces. Christina Howard now with the concerns our province is not doing enough to protect or regulate animals in petting zoos.
It's the Wild West here in Ontario. Pretty much anything goes, and any private citizen, if there isn't a local bylaw prohibiting it, can keep pretty much any kind of animal that you can find in the Toronto Zoo or any other zoo here in the province.
And that's what Rob Laidlaw says has allowed unaccredited and unregulated mobile zoos like Tiger Paws Exotics to flourish. These startling images are of Tiger Paws' seemingly cramped and uncomfortable camels on display last March, covered in their own feces. And this weekend, hot, unshaded kangaroos and porcupines sparked outrage by fairgoers in Aurora after the animals made the long trek from north of Guelph.
Should they be out there, moved around from place to place? In my opinion, no.
But the Minister of Community Safety says only one agency can decide if what you're seeing here is considered breaking the law.
That's a determination that is up to the OSPCA to make based on the standards of care that's outlined in the legislation.
And the OSPCA, the enforcement agency for animal cruelty, hasn't found enough trouble to stop Tiger Paws practices. A visit to their Aurora stalls yesterday only resulted in shade being offered to the kangaroo. In an emailed statement, the OSPCA refused to disclose how many times Tiger Paws has been inspected, saying only, to their knowledge, no charges have been laid in the past. We know of 2 incidents over the past few months alone, but ZooCheck Canada says the problem goes beyond this one company.
All of these people, they're engaged in activities that they are allowed to engage in. So the government hasn't stepped in and said, no, you can't do this.
Although the City of Toronto has strict bylaws when it comes to exotic pet ownership, North Wellington, the town where Tiger Paws is based, has none. And in Ontario, it's perfectly legal to own a porcupine, camel, or even a kangaroo. It's even legal to parade them around in mobile and roadside zoos. And according to the minister, there are no plans to change that.
My understanding is that our standard of care that outlined in the legislation are appropriate and sufficient to allow to OSPCA to ensure that these animals are always kept in the most healthy environment.
We reached out to Tiger Paws several times over the past few days, and they've not yet returned a single one of our calls. Outside of Queen's Park, Christina Howard, City News.